Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 553 from May 1st, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
I'm another one of your hosts, Kelly. And we're it.
Yeah, I believe Kyle is reenacting the Field of Dreams, I think, right now.
Mm-hmm.
That
If you build it,
he's like,
they will come.
They will come. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's not building them. He's not building them.
No. He's offering encouragement and hope. Developing the next generation.
Trying to get them not to pick dandelions and to focus on the ball.
Or pick their nose.
The primary objective. They're allowed to do that, Kelly.
Yeah.
As long as they're watching the ball.
Well, they're not going to catch it up with fingers up their nose. Anyways, okay. Bye.
Depends which finger. The catch the left. The other one couldn't be up there. Anyways.
Excuse me.
Let's talk about gun stuff. This is a gun show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Gun show.
Last time I looked.
The gun stuff. Last time I looked too. And surprise, I've done some gun stuff.
Yeah.
A Maple Seed doubleheader last weekend.
Good for you.
That was my gun stuff. I was out at Sherwood Park, the fish and game range there. Saturday was quite chilly. It was right around like 2 or 3 degrees in the morning, and windy and kind of moist and humid, and it was chilly day, but it got better. Got up to like 7 or 8, and in the sunshine, boy, you almost wanted to take your jacket off. But yeah, we had that. Camped out at the range 2 nights, so Friday night and Saturday night, with a bunch of IITs. The events, we were like well stocked. Well, we were well staffed out there. We had 3 shoot bosses, Steve, Tom, and myself.
Wow.
At the event. We had 8 total instructors on Saturday. It was supposed to be 9.
How many
it was enough where we could have 14. So we had one line boss at the back there, shoot boss, line boss, and then every instructor just has 2 people to look at.
Well, that's awesome.
We gave the platinum level Maple Seed experience to those attendees.
Yeah.
And it was good to see the guys again. Yeah, good to see all the other instructors and shake off a bit of rust, get into the groove of things. Yeah, this is the timing and this is the things I'm supposed to say and all that kind of just came right back though. And yeah, it's a good event. Awesome. Tom shoot bossed both of those, so that just left me up to like watch and help people and cook burgers.
You had burgers?
We did we had our IT dinner back at the campsite, right?
Oh, okay.
Because Sherwood Park's range is kind of in the middle. Like, there's not really a decent restaurant nearby. You kind of have to drive 20 minutes.
You have to drive anywhere
to the city to get to a restaurant. So what we did instead is I just bought a crap ton of burgers and beer, and we just did the IT dinner at the campsite.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was nicer. Oh, they had a fire restriction. I was like, and they're like, it can be in this receptacle, but it needs to be this certified. And like, they made the certification sound like it was something, but it was actually just an abbreviation for like their county, like Beaver County. So I'm like, wow, is this fire pit certified? I don't know. Anyways, we just use the grill, so it didn't matter. But the event was good. I saw one of those Citadel trackers, which is a bolt action Brazilian 22, and I haven't seen one online before. It was they're kind of an interesting looking rifle. They're fairly inexpensive. It didn't perform great. Like, it had some like failures to extract and failures to eject and some failures to feed and that kind of thing, but it certainly looks interesting. That's the one. It's kind of got it looks like a PRS stock on it. Citadel track. It has like a tracker with like a TRAKR. That's yeah. Here, let me just show you guys what this kind of looks like.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of looks like it's 3D printed. The one, maybe it is 3D printed. Geez, I don't know. Doesn't that look 3D printed? Like little lines and sideways lines on there.
Prototype?
Maybe. Maybe. Anyways, they one of the attendees had one of these things, and just by itself, like sitting on the mat with like no optics or anything like that on there, it was very sleek and weird looking. Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
first time I've seen one of those out at the range or anything like that. It was interesting. Speaking of 3D printing, my boy's making some trophies for one of the upcoming matches.
Is
I
he?
have the printing up some trophies for the team match at Sherwood
Excellent.
Park. Yeah, we're gonna be a sponsor. I'm gonna put some PAL course gift certificates up on for grabs, and we're gonna bring some trophies, some interesting trophies for the attendees. And actually, yeah, my boy's been 3D printing a bunch of stuff. We delivered some stuff to Tom on the weekend, and yeah, just been making a bunch of weird stuff. Still, just ordered like another 4 rolls of filament, so you can keep going because we keep getting orders in. So keep making stuff.
Did you get a lot of orders from the gun show that you just went to?
Yeah, I got some people who definitely reached out to me from there, and then our local 3-gun group. I'm like, "Yo, my kid can 3D print stuff. Here's some examples of what he can make." And people were like, "That's cool, but can you make this?" And yeah, the answer is yes, usually, unless there's like a good reason why not. Like maybe if it's already available on the commercial market and it's not that expensive, there's really no point in 3D printing it. Or if it's something that needs like the strength of steel, plastic's probably not your go-to there. But a lot of other stuff, yeah, it's just fine for a lot of stuff. Yep. Yesterday I bought another Savage 99. I really like them as a PAL course gun. They load really nicely, and you can slick up the lever action on them really nicely as well. So that like it's very smooth back and forth. Now, like if you look at a lot of the attendees have problems getting the rounds in the side gate for the lever actions. So Tony's saying no Twitch again. Yeah, I'm not running Twitch because that's Kyle's Twitch, and if someone spams on there, I can't remove their comment. He has to remove it on Twitch, so that's why I'm not running Twitch. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Savage 99. So it loads really nicely. You can like put the rounds in from the top. It like feeds in there just great. They run really. The only weird thing on it is the safety. The safety on the old ones is real weird. It's like this tiny little latch at the lever where you like press it in or out, and that's it. So that part's a bit goofy, but the rest of it's like fantastic. Much easier than some other lever actions.
So you bought another one?
Oh, so for PAL course guns,
for the course,
the most expensive rifle to buy is a lever action. There are no cheap lever actions, except I got the Savage 99 estate sale Savage 290 shipped, $290. Everything else is like 600 plus. My other one is like my non-Savage 99 is a Mossberg 464, and the problem with that one is that the rifle itself is fine and it runs just fine until the attendees always do this. The lever's open and they try loading it, and when the lever's open, the lifter's up like this, and you try to put the round in and it doesn't want to go in there and it jams up, and then I got to pull out my knife and I got to dig this round out, and it mucks up the rim on the round and dents it up, and then it doesn't load. It doesn't want to unload properly because the rim's all messed up. So those problems aren't problems on the Savage 99 though, because it just goes in through the top and it just smoothly feeds in. There's no such problems trying to get that round in. So I'm a big fan, and the price is the other thing that's very nice.
Cool.
So that plus buddy of mine sent a shotgun to Dave from Foothills Firearms Training. He's got one of my shotguns, so that one's going to come up, and that'll make kit number 3 for me, which will be good for 15 people.
Okay.
Which I need because I'm actually running PAL courses every weekend this month except for one. Couple of privates, couple of publics. Yeah. And they are all sold out. One second. I think they're all sold out now. I know my May 12th public one sold out. Yeah, that one sold. No, that one's got one more. Someone said they're going to take that spot. They got to put money into my hand, and then they got that spot. And then I've got on the long weekend, I'm going to be doing a private one. On the 25th, I'm doing a private one. And then June 1st sold out. June 2nd sold out. And I'm into July already after that. So, yeah, I'm going to be a busy, busy boy. But on the plus side, it has made it very much easier to swallow like the extra cost of buying all these guns that I just turn around and disable.
Yeah.
Like buy a $290 lever action. Okay, well, whatever. I've got lots of people's prepayments coming in, so I can afford to, buy some of those course guns that'll make the courses that much better for them. So
yeah,
it's been good. Been good. Yeah, talking to the other instructors in my area, trying to, see whose area for available for what courses. So that's been cool also. And this weekend is a Chaz 3-gun match. Something else happened today. I got the FRT number for my Raven.
Really?
I have my own FRT number. Well, it's not my own FRT number. There's a firearms reference number, and then there's like a sub number. I've got my own sub number.
You got your own sub number.
Under the Raven, sub number 21. That's me. Might not be published yet. Might not be on Armalytics. But it's me.
Is it you?
Because no one else is dumb enough to use a 16-inch barrel.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, why wouldn't you go to an 18.5 or a 19? Make it non-restricted. No one else is dumb enough to be like, nah, make it restricted, but just barely.
Restricted is still restricted. Yeah.
The only time I like my WSMCR has never been anywhere other than my house and the range. I've never taken it to go coyote hunting or anything like that. It's only ever been to the range and back. So why do I care that it's non-restricted? I don't really care. Chaz 3-gun match coming up this weekend. I need to test this thing.
So what are you using?
I changed the piston out in it. Well, I don't have my reg cert for the Raven yet. So my WSMCR. Kind of. Is this a WSMCR anymore? I've got a Lynx lower. I've got an SBI upper. I got a trigger from There's some Spectre parts on here. The barrel and the bolt, and I replaced the recoil springs and the guide rods with Kodiak parts, and it's smoother now. Geez. Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot on this is WSMCR anymore, I guess. Chukov stock. Yeah, I think it's just the bolts and the gas system and the barrel. That's it on this thing.
That's it.
So I'm gonna head out to the range tomorrow with this and with the FN and FN 49, that weird semi-automatic 8mm Mauser thing.
Yep.
And make sure that this thing runs. Maybe sight it in. Shouldn't have to. Right? As soon as you put the red dot on there, it's like, it's fine.
Perfect.
Take it off, put it on. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
I've never adjusted this thing since installing it. Yeah, it's like 6 years, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. No, I lie. I did have to adjust it when I replaced the upper. I think I had to move it like a couple of clicks one way or the other.
Okay.
But
are the boys going with you this weekend?
I haven't thought about it. Maybe they should. I'll have to check the weather, because if it's going to be cold, my youngest is just going to like complain because he can't take the cold, and it's probably going to be cold. Yeah, it's going to be cold. No. 8 to 14.
That's pretty good.
With not much wind either. 13 kilometer an hour wind, mix of sun and clouds. Maybe I will have out my youngest to enjoy that. I'll have to see if he's doing anything for cadets or anything like that. Yeah. Belt's looking fine. I went bullets forward. I'm gonna have to practice my pistol. I have to take my pistol tomorrow. Got it. I should take my magazines off the wall.
That's helpful.
Put them on my bin so I don't forget them again. There we go. And
it's a long ways to drive if you forget stuff.
Yeah, magazines
Mm.
especially, but
Yeah.
especially when you run a magwell, and most people don't run a magwell, and you need a magwell. You need the magwell compliant magazines for the Shadow 2 because
Yeah.
they don't have that lip out front, and they have a smaller profile, and they're a little bit thicker, so you can still ram them in there, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think I'll have to take that to the range so I can practice my magazine picks while live and just see how that goes for me.
Perfect.
Should be fine. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it'll be fine. Yeah, I got a bunch of private courses coming up. Anyways, how about you, Kelly? What you been up
Okay.
to?
I didn't go to the range this past weekend, which is actually kind of unfortunate. But I was at the range for a couple of weeks in a row. It was awesome, and I even got to shoot. So yeah, was I on last week? I can't remember. What I've been doing is chatting with some people about more maple seeds in Ontario, so that's good. I'm going to be replying to a few emails that were sent to me. Trying to arrange a few more dates. Our shoot bosses have been reaching out to clubs, Ontario shoot bosses, and so they're putting those up. It's good to see Ontario up on the board for events. And what else is going on? Oh, had our weekly call with She Shoots. So just as an FYI, we're going to be having Tracy Wilson on next week. We're doing it a week early. So the first Tuesday of the month, we're going to be having Tracy Wilson on, and we're going to be talking about National Range Day and talking about how your range should also host one of these. I know it's getting
That's June
close.
1st, right?
So it's June 1st, Saturday. It's always going to be the first Saturday of June, and it's literally June 1st this year. So go out and, if your club's not doing one, which it should be doing, go out and find a club that's doing it, or, volunteer at a club that's doing it. We really need people to just go out and have fun. Post lots of pictures online as well, social media, etc. Get people to come off the street. I think the Cornwall Club pulled people. They registered as an open house, and people literally drove off the highway and drove into the open house, and they found out it was a gun range, and that's actually kind of cool. Expose people to the shooting sports. How do you do that? Well, they think they're going to a real estate open house,
Garage sale or
garage. Yeah,
a real estate open house. You promise them real estate, and they're like, "Oh my god, no! Actually, it's a shooting range.
yeah.
Come shoot some guns while you're here."
So the other thing that's going on, just want to let everybody know that the CCFR Gunny Girl calendar, May 3rd, which is in 2 days, is the final day for the CCFR Gunny Girl calendar call out. Go to ccfrcalendar@gmail.com to submit your applications if you identify as a female. I'm just saying that.
So, did you add that just to exclude my entry?
That is correct. Because I knew you were going to talk about.
I already entered.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
I sent my email.
Well, that's good. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the.
I didn't get a response. I got ghosted.
Well, I think you think. I think you will. I think that you'll continue to get ghosted. However, that being said, you know what? Everybody's going to be considered. We have no rules on, age, body shape, or any like. Everybody can enter if you're female or identify as female because it's Gunny Girl. So, I guess I'm not doing the selection. I'm not leading the project this year.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think that's it. Other than I did contact my range today, FRPC, my local range. I've been waiting for months, checking my mail, looking for my range renewal because it's due in April and it's now May. I'm going, did you guys send one out to me? So I contacted them. I said, just tell me how much it is and I'll send an EMT, or just tell me if I'm not allowed to be part of the range anymore because I did something, but it was weird. I haven't received anything. So I think I'm still a member in good standing. They keep wanting me to do all these courses for them. I don't know. I'm doing a club level ATT course on June the 2nd, so I should probably actually be a member in good standing, and they should probably send it to me. But anyways,
Do
we're
you
gonna have a
teach
meet.
members that they can just get their ATT, that they can just submit for it, and it just
Yeah,
goes through?
yeah,
What's your course? You just apply online and it just goes through. Or
yeah.
you call them, say, "Hey, can I have my ATT?"
No,
And they say, "Yes, you can."
club level handgun ATT. You know what it's
I
like.
know. I'm just bugging.
Anyways, we just had we had new members orientation, so Kelly, Kincaid, and myself, we have been doing the club level handgun ATT courses with one of our members who's trying to actually disengage from some of the courses, and he's trying to get other people to do them. So I volunteered. Of course, I volunteered because you know why? Because I volunteer
You
for
always volunteer for everything.
excuse me, but I truly love doing it. So it's what I love to do. That's about it, I think. Yeah, just wanted to make sure everybody knew about the maple seed. Not maple seed. I got maple seed on the brain. The calendar.
Gunny girl.
Yeah. The other thing is, I don't think I told anybody, but I'm pretty sure that the applications are done. But so my seat for the CCFR Ontario director was up.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my name resubmitted and sent that application and everything in. And so I am going to be
crazy.
I know, right? So I'm not sure. I haven't seen any. I wonder if anybody else applied because there hasn't.
Guess you find out when it comes time to vote, right?
Well, there's acclamation if there's nobody else that's submitted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just recently on the Sherwood Park AGM call, and it was all just acclamation. There's some people who left, and there's some people that the board suggested, and no one else wanted to do anything. So
I was wondering about that. So there's not a lot of people stepping up for different things. People are being acclaimed for things. It's hard.
That's what it was like before COVID, though.
Yeah,
that's what it was like before COVID. Yeah, lots of people who, very few people who volunteer for the more time-intensive things. Like even I've like from our 3-gun club, I just have to like RO every once in a while. It's awesome. We've got other people who've like stepped up to do stuff. So it's fantastic. There's other people doing admin, other people doing like match directing and that kind of thing. Oh, so good.
It's always nice when you can have other people take on some of the responsibility as well. Spread the wealth.
They do a better job too.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they took all the stuff that we had and just like made it better. So
I was thinking about this. I'm not sure who was discussing it with me, but they have a certain level for club membership, and then if people volunteer and for however many hours they volunteer that year, they will get like $10 off their membership. So if they've volunteered for
membership,
yeah, they can actually almost get a free membership or at least some amount, right? Because we're always struggling to find people to help with range days or to help with any events that are being at the event or at the club. So I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You don't want to make sure it's only for like certain activities, but I think that would be fairly easy to set out. And like the people who like volunteer for ranges, like really volunteer for ranges, like that's a lot of work. So it would be good to see them benefit in some way, some small way that doesn't cost the club a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, my club has decided that they would like to give us all gas gift cards for every time we come. Yeah, I think it's really cool. They're just trying to figure out. They keep forgetting to bring them. But that being said, I said, don't worry about it because I'm doing it because I like to do it. You can give it to the next person, like truly. But I think it's a cool idea. The fact that gas costs us an arm and a leg, it would be nice to have some of that. But again, I think somebody who has to drive more than 5 minutes to the range might benefit from it. Mine is 5 minutes.
That's another thing I did. I wrote an article about Edmonton gun ranges.
Oh,
I've seen the question come up like often enough where it's like, oh, what gun ranges are in Edmonton? And I always give the same thing. Oh, Sherk Park's good for this. Chaz is good for this. We got 2 indoor ones. Here's what's good about them. Here's when you'd use them or when you wouldn't want to use them. So I was like, you know what? I should just write the damn article that's got like all this stuff in it. So
did you put it on Hunting Gear Guide?
Yeah, which I probably should, and I should probably like share that somewhere that more people can see, rather than just putting it up there. But it looks something like that. This is why. So I live like here, and I have to. I can make this bigger, right? Yeah, I live like right there, and I can drive to this one for 50 minutes, or I can drive to that one for 50 minutes. And I guess you can see my cursor there. There's Phoenix and Wild West and that kind of thing. But yeah, I talked about like the pros, cons, what it looks like from the sky, and all that kind of stuff, and which one's got what pros and cons, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, both my clubs that I belong to are literally 5 minutes, maybe 10 on a bad day from my house.
Yeah, no such out here. No such. I'm kind of glad though, because if they were closer, like Edmonton and area is growing so fast that if there was a range that was close to the city, it wouldn't be long for this world before the neighbors started complaining and it got kicked to the curb.
Hey, did you?
Tony says do a video. I probably should. Yeah, that'd be easy. Yeah. What's that, Kelly?
For searchability, he says. Yeah. Didn't look at those. Did you put in about Caledon?
I sure did.
Awesome. So when we get to that, we can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Such an epic name. Caledon. Sounds like a place where you'd go to like chop people's heads off. There can only be one. Meet me in Caledon and we will face each other.
Well, they tried to actually.
I just tried rewatching that movie recently. It did not age well. Holy crap. No. All the
holy shit, you did actually
soundtrack was great though.
Gunny Girl calendar. That is amazeballs.
Yeah. I wasn't joking.
Oh, I love it.
Should I share the photo with the listeners?
Yes, you need to.
Share what it was. For some reason, it wasn't taken seriously. I don't really know why, but let's just share that little ditty. There we go. Please accept my submission for the Gunny Girl calendar. No takers, even in my finest. Oh, it's well. Awesome. The fixed. Kelly, you couldn't get me in. You couldn't say a nice word. It's got a real nice personality.
Yeah. That's a wonderful picture of you in that full body snowsuit or sleeping bag. It's a sleeping bag.
Still have it. Still hunting it.
You know what?
It packs down so small. I use it for emergency. Anyways, we'll talk about other stuff rather than wearable sleeping bags and gag submissions.
Did I talk to you guys about? I know that last week I was feeling like crap. I want to apologize to everybody. I still feel like crap, and obviously I'm coughing a lot. So thank you, Adriel, for being the lead host tonight. But last time when we were down in the U.S., so Dave, myself, and Brian Bolivar, the Canadians, did the invasion. It was wonderful. So the picture that I'm using, the Steyr AUG in the background. By the way, Friday, I don't think I talked about it enough. So the Friday, we had some really fun guns that we got to shoot. I got to shoot the Steyr AUG again. And it was so... I had so much fun this time shooting it. It was just... it was fun. And then we had a full, well, it's pretty much full auto AR-15. That was a lot of fun. And then again, we had the SCAR that was suppressed with the ACOG on it. And you know what? It's always fun to shoot that too. So I just wanted to say thank you. I don't think I thanked both Bill Wilson and Stacy Wilson enough for allowing us to play with their firearms, because you know what? Canada sucks. Okay, so that being said, it was 2 degrees and very cold down in Michigan 2 weekends ago. So, and I was ill
Mhm.
prepared as well. But again, I had enough stuff I had my emergency kit in the back of my car. So I was wearing socks on my hands because I didn't have any gloves with me. And
Did you
then
have the foil blanket on the inside of your jacket? Those crappy
no,
little emergency.
no, I had a snuggie. You know those snuggies, the blankets with the arms. So I
Uh-huh.
had that and I was wearing that and it made a huge difference. But the other thing,
Hmm.
because again, I was moving offices, I had my Keurig packed up in it. And so I was able to actually plug my Keurig in and I was doing hot coffee for everybody. So that make it a huge difference. So if it's that cold this
Hmm.
weekend, just make sure you bring all of that. And I did forget my electric socks, so it would have been a great opportunity to try those out. So
Electric
yeah.
socks are fantastic. I just recently bought a Jetboil Flash, and I got the chance to use it for the first time this weekend, and it is not good in the wind. It is absolutely
No.
terrible in the wind. Little gust, flames out, and now it's
Mhm.
just blowing gas everywhere. Can't take any wind at all.
No, you have to put up a barrier around it, some shield of some sort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
quick though. But like my old stove would work better. Anywho,
All right. Let's get on to
yeah, this says yammers on. Dave yammers on about random things. I was just covering for him. I think we've covered well enough for him. Upcoming events. There's some 3-gun matches coming up. They're actually gonna be like everywhere this weekend and next weekend. They're just gonna be everywhere. So go to 3gun.ca to check that out. Chaz 3-gun on May 14th. There's still spots available for that. And then the Sherwood Park multi-gun team match on June 15th. There's still spots available for that one. If you don't have a team member, don't worry. Just join up and they will pair you with someone. Maple Seeds. Yeah, we got some of those coming up.
Yep.
None in Ontario because they don't like maple seed out there, but we've got some out west here. We've got some in
You
Alberta
got
and
some
BC.
in Ontario. They're just not open to everybody. Just so hold your socks. They'll be open soon.
Chaz will be on May 11th. Lone Butte in BC on May 26th. Peace River June 8th. Oh, that's coming up soon. Oh man. Armstrong June 9th. Elmira Rod and Gun on June 9th. Big Boot
Elmira.
June 22nd and 23rd.
Elmira is
Elmira, that's what you
Ontario.
said. Yeah.
That's not Elmira. Elmira is Ontario.
Uh-huh.
Big
Yeah,
Boots
I
and
see that. It says
PEI.
ON. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that like the only gun club on the island?
They have two. But
They
Big
have
Boot.
two.
Yeah, Big Boot's a huge supporter of us. We really love the club. It's a tiny club, but it's also the club that the RCMP also go to qualify at too.
Mhm.
So, very small club. It's Prince Edward Island. There's 150,000 people on the island. That's the
Yeah.
population of the whole
So
entire island, right?
when the cops qualify there at the range, do they like how many potatoes do they have to shoot from what distance?
Yeah. My cousin is the
Or do they
one
have to
that
count the
puts
potatoes?
them
They have
through
to count
that.
the potatoes.
Anyways, but great club, huge supporters. They also have a
Mhm.
it's also a working ranch as well, so they have horses there. And the couple that run the range are they're really quite nice. They if it's the weather's not all that great, which at most Maple Seeds it's not all that great. They do hot chocolate and coffee, and they
Mm,
bake us cakes and make us hot dogs and chili. It's
amazing.
probably
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I should have had coffee on Saturday. We should have brought coffee out for the people. They probably would have liked that because it was cold. Anywho,
Mhm. Okay.
not the coldest. There's no snow. There was no blowing snow on everyone. But that's Maple Seed. My PAL courses, I got nothing available anytime soon. My May 12th courses, I think there's one spot left. And a listener of the show said, "Hey, I want to take that spot. Better hurry. First person that gets it gets it." Let's get to the news.
All right.
You probably saw this one. Ottawa plans to launch controversial firearms buyback program during election year.
Well, that's the big surprise. They don't, quite frankly, they plan
Yeah.
to launch it, but they don't have the money to do it. So,
Well, in this year's budget, they don't. And they didn't budget for it next year in this year's budget. So it must be something that they're going to budget for in spring
2000
2025
as
for
part
that
of
year.
right? So
Yeah.
they're so they're not going to be able to do it. And good for Canada Post. Canada Post, who I am not a huge supporter of because they cost us an arm and a leg. And they don't want us to ship any firearms unless you're a small business, but they're refusing to actually take any firearms too. So good for them saying, hell no, we're
Well,
not going
yeah,
to
they
do it.
said it was a risk, and yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, the mandatory. This article, for being a CBC article, is surprisingly skeptical of what's gonna maybe like.
well,
just what
CBC
people
knows
thought
what's the
too.
writings on the wall too.
Yeah, yeah. No one's rushing to participate in the program, said a federal government source who was not
Really?
authorized to comment on the matter publicly. You just get the feeling that maybe participation is not gonna be that great.
Yeah.
Maybe people just want to wait and see what happens if the government changes over. The Conservative Party and its leader are firmly opposed, as are the governments of Alberta and Saskatchewan. It's leaving the government with a little room to maneuver. They're going to be facing problems that slow down the implementation. That's a risky move. That's what some political people are saying on this article. Ottawa's been promising to launch this program ever since it banned the use of firearms since 2020, which was, if anyone's counting, 4 years ago today. There was
Sorry,
there was some parts here.
You're correct. It's been 4 years ago today that they announced the OIC. Good for you to remember that.
Yeah, well, it said here, right here, May 1st,
sorry.
2020. Damn it. Canada Post employee said 0 when asked how much security at his post office in a small municipality has. The government's crazy if they think we can do this safely.
True
It's
story.
rather candid and true story. Yep. So that's why Canada Post is saying they're not going to be able to do it. It says here Ottawa might ask police for help with the buyback program, but like what police?
The police are all going to say, "Screw you." We're having a hard enough
Quebec
time.
might not. Quebec will gladly help,
so.
but not the other. I don't think the other ones are too keen on this.
Frontline staff will not.
Terry Bryant was quoted here. No one wants to be involved in this program because it's so unpopular. I don't see any way that it can be done.
Yeah.
And then just kind of towards the end here, they kind of said the quiet part out loud. Federal Liberals in Quebec, in particular, want the government to do everything in its power to fulfill its promise before the next election. There are progressive votes that we need. It's going to happen. So it seems that they need to put the gun control in place and do the buyback because they need the votes. That's explicitly what they're saying.
It's pretty bad when nobody wants to vote for them at all. Nobody wants to vote for them. Writing's on the wall.
Yeah. This next part here, Caledon, Ontario, looks like they were going to make a proposed change with some bylaws for
correct
firearms discharge.
And, so they were going to have a bylaw change so that there would be no hunting at all within the limits. No gun ranges, no trap ranges, no shooting whatsoever. It was scheduled for yesterday. I believe it was yesterday for 2:30. They were having a special meeting about it, and it failed miserably.
Yes, they have canceled. It says they canceled the vote after huge pushback.
Correct.
So no worries on that one.
So good on
being politically involved. Yeah.
Yeah. See what happens when you actually do those sort of things. When you show up. It was the same sort of thing that happened in Kingston those many, many years ago when the CCFR and all the firearm owners in Kingston descended upon City Hall. Do you remember that?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's good.
Ooh. Sporting Rifles just got the same True North Army email I've got, and there's a couple of sales that they have there. Blem 329. What kind of scope is this that they have on the 783? Scope mounts, accept scope, includes Blem scope. Doesn't say what kind of scope. Okay, well, are we at new gun stuff yet?
No.
Yeah, we're at new gun stuff.
You're in charge.
Yeah, Bullseye, new boomstick. Bullseye North is Canada's shooting superstore. They have the Bug Assault blasters in yellow, black fly, orange, Realtree camo, advanced combat. That looks like a Nerf blaster. I don't know if that's advanced combat. Anyways, they have some of those for $70 or $77 if you are looking for them. True North Arms has some Remington 783s rifle and scope combo for $5.99. Now that scope, I'm gonna guess it's a piece of garbage. But $5.99 is not bad for a Remington 783 with bases and rings and all that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
308. And then the other cool thing that they have is cheap, very cheap primers. Holy. They've got Campro small pistol primers for $325 for 5,000. What is that? What's that cost? $359 divided by 5,000, $7.20 per 100. Is that right? Man, that is a
good deal.
That's a pretty good deal. And they've got pretty similar for small rifle. Small rifle primers, pretty good as well. No, I have to see what their shipping is like. Is their shipping atrocious? Let's find out. Add to cart. Proceed to checkout. No, I don't want to put my email. Just show me the shipping.
Tony wants to know how much shipping is too.
Gmail.com. Okay, continue. Show me the shipping. Loading. It's $50
for shipping.
It's $50 for shipping. $48 for me. Plus $22 in tax. It's going to be $400 by the time it gets to me, but that's still less than $100 1,000 or $10 per 100 if you prefer that way. Because that's
or go in with somebody else and do a couple and then split the shipping too. $50.
Yeah,
expensive.
Yeah,
it is.
50 divided by 40. No, they go the other way. 40 divided by 50. That's it. $88 per 100. Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. What else? I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Let's do that. Sharing my screen. There's the Bug Assaults and the 783s. Frontier Firearms. So what? Do you want a medal? No, they got those too. They got some World War I medals.
Jesus.
And they've got some full wood #1 Mark III rifles. While supplies last, we will include a World War I medal with your rifle for free. Just include the words free medal in the order, and you'll get it. What happens if you put free rifle in the order? They just like obey the comments? Free medal and free rifle. Actually, I'm just not going to pay. Just send it to me.
Just send it.
They got those.
Yep.
Just send it. Calgary Shooting Center. That's not a D60. But they got a T-shirt.
No. Yeah.
Why?
Link to the
short. What is it for the shirt? It's $198 for a PMAG D60 at Calgary Shooting Center or Calgary Gun Shop, Calgary Shooting Center. Yeah, same place. Anyways, they got that, and apparently shirts. Oh, the shirt is a D60. Okay. Inner Surplus has a large selection of British side-by-sides. I want to take a look at these. Oh, they are not the cheap, crappy ones that they usually have. Although, okay, BSA for $395. $495,000. Webley and Scott doesn't strike me as a value brand. Bozard, Isaac. I don't really like side-by-sides, though. Not a big fan. But if you want one, boy, they got them.
So why didn't you like side-by-sides?
Break connections. They block a lot of the view when you sight down them. They just like take up like
too much.
That's can't see that much, so that's why I like an
I like
over-under.
over under. Yeah. Yep.
Rangeview Sports has the Arcan Optics. I got a new shipment. There's a new shipment of these things showing up. So for a while, these things were gray market. You couldn't like get them from real retailers. Now you can. So
Yeah.
Rangeview and I think Tenda has these as well. They're selling them for around $700. So the EP 5 to 25 in FFP mil or MOA, $700.
Cool.
Or $699.99. Throw levers, $40. Scope bubble, $49. And all that stuff. Yeah, Tony's mentioning D60, D5. Yeah, it's 5 rounds. Next up, Rangeview Sports. They've also got some 6-hour P250 and P320 pistol mags on sale. Their anniversary special. Kaga Shooting Center has some Vortex scopes, some crossbow scopes on sale. They also, this is kind of an interesting one. So it's interesting for some people. For most, we just get to live vicariously through others. They have a converted USC UMP rifle. It's 45 ACP. It's got a UMP lower receiver and a couple of UMP magazines. It's $5,500. It is an UMP. The barrel is long barrel.
Yep.
Long dong barrel.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a pretty killer price.
Yeah.
Iron Guns has the CZ Bren 2, the 14-inch barrel, so usable barrel length for $1,760 US. $1,760 US in Canadian pesos is $1 million.
Yeah.
Or it's $2,416, anyways. So that's not bad. Oh my god,
good price.
Dollar sucks. Oh.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the Tenda. They got some Arcan as well. Do they have anything different? EP5. Oh, they got the SH4. That's the little bit cheaper one. That's 4 to 16 instead of 5 to 25. They've got the day-night vision scope. Arcan makes one of those? Huh.
No.
Digital day-night vision. Okay. Integrated laser finder, all that kind of stuff. They got some of those. Looks like, they got some rings, mounts. Oh, they got more. EPL 6 to 24. Interesting.
Well,
next up, Cap 1860-74 Sharps 4570 for $1,700. And the surplus at Northern Elite Firearms, they have surplus number 1 Mark IIIs drill rifles. They're unfireable, but they're $399. I wonder if they cycle ammo. Can I use this as a? That'd be the coolest.
I don't think they would.
Full drill through receiver and barrel, and a barrel shank, steel pin put through. Not able to chamber around.
No, you wouldn't be able to.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's some fun stuff. Learned a couple of things.
Yeah. Well, why don't we get on to our main topic?
Fantastic. It looks like Jeff is here.
Just on time. Right on time, in fact.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
How you doing?
Good.
Excellent.
So welcome to the show again, Jeff from Grey Birch.
Grey Birch.
Yeah. Once Canadian, now free.
Yeah, I was listening to your retail pricing. It's depressing listening to what you guys pay there.
Yeah.
It's in pesos, though. It's in Canadian pesos. Just pretend it's like 30% less.
That is true.
In real money.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's it go? So last time we spoke, you were in Canada, and then you guys made this move down to the States and moved everything down there. And it sounds like you've how'd the move go? How's everything going down there?
It happened so fast. We 2021 rolled around and they started talking about more lockdowns in December, January, and Steve and I were talking. He's like, you know what? Let's go to the US, just kind of joking around. So we talked to an immigration lawyer and we were gone by June. Like it happened fast. So our families were shocked. But it's been great. The move itself, it's so interesting how much Americans complain about how polarized their system is. It's so efficient, the bureaucracy here, like getting our paperwork done. Like picture this. You want a driver's license. You go online, you make an appointment. The system works. You go there, and in 30 minutes, you're in and out with a new driver's license and a hunting license. It's,
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of nice. So
I think that, so you were talking about moving when you were moving down. So you've moved down to the southern states.
we're in Tampa.
Okay. So you're in you're in Florida. Florida is very gun friendly.
It is. I'm going to brag a little bit, but this is my my everyday carry.
Thanks for that, by the
way.
I don't know if we can show that on video here in Canada. Like the RCMP will break down our doors. We come through the door any minute here.
Yep.
So what was some of the determining factors? Was it the politics or just
it was
bureaucracy?
It was the politics. It was the Canadian government blocking export permits or just refusing to acknowledge they existed.
Yeah.
We hired a consultant who used to be I think he was like the former deputy director of foreign affairs under Harper. His name is Bernard Charland, and he has a consulting company in Canada that helps companies, not just in firearms, but just in general, with getting help through global affairs. And he had said that his feeling was, I believe, that it was a matter of incompetence versus some grand conspiracy, and that it was pharmacies or pharmaceuticals, agriculture, all kinds of permits were just sitting on desks. Nobody was working. But for us, it was concerning. It was harming our business.
Yeah.
So, and getting permits out of the U.S., we ship to Poland, we ship to Czech Republic. We get permits in a matter of days and weeks instead of months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the U.S. exports a lot more firearms and firearms accessories, so they're going to have to cater to that business and make it easy.
Yep.
How easy is it to ship back to Canada now, though?
Very easy. We ship all the time.
Okay.
So we
Do people order direct from you?
You can. So I think Steve set up a discount code for you guys for the show.
Yeah. So while you're talking about that, why don't I actually put that in as part of a banner? So
we can't ship firearms or receivers, but we ship chassis and all that stuff all the time.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Do you do barrels?
I will show you some, actually. These just literally came off the centerless grinder this week. So this is a Remington 700 10-inch carbon fiber barrel in 8.6 blackout, 1 in 3 twist on a ballistic advantage blank. So we did
1 in 3 twist. Holy, that's got to be turning in there.
We've got a 1 in 10 twist 308. And actually, I don't think anybody's seen this yet, but this is our 10.5-inch 300 blackout.
Okay. That's a 3. I'm making a shorty 300 blackout. I don't know if
it's tiny.
That short.
It's tiny. So and that's actually our new 700 chassis. We just shipped a bunch to Calgary Shooting Center last week. So it's actually got some cool features. So it's got a stowable bubble level in it. And it actually deploys on this side. Sorry, I'll flip it around.
Oh yeah, so you can see it from the other side.
Yeah, so you don't have to break eye relief. It's also got a adjustable mag height, so you can actually adjust the magazine height with the mag in the gun. And on this side, this screw here adjusts the distance from the back of the heel to the trigger. So, and it's perfect. And the chassis weighs 2 pounds and 8 ounces, so it's nice and lightweight. So
very lightweight. Yeah.
Yep.
I had 1 year. Well, actually, we had 2 year chassis out last weekend shooting gophers. Just out in eastern Alberta. We had the takedown and the non-takedown, and just plugging gophers away with them.
That is a trip I have not done yet. We keep
that's Yeah, that's a trip. Mind you, there should be that kind of thing in like Texas and Oklahoma and that kind of thing as well, because they're gonna have gophers too. But that's like if you like hunting, but you want to shoot like 1,000 of something. It's kind of like the old like saying if you like eating, but you want to eat 1,000 something, eat some rice. But
Yep.
some old Mitch Hedberg there. But
we're hoping to go up
Go
to Idaho this summer with one of our dealers up there has offered to take us prairie dog hunting. So it should be fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's an area we haven't got to explore yet.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of disappointing. I never really made it out to like Alberta as well. It's kind of as somebody from Ontario where you grew up in kind of, forest and that's about it. It's like, it's intriguing to, go explore mountains and never got around to it.
Flat plains.
Florida's even worse. It's just sand and palm trees everywhere.
Well, I think that Idaho is going to
camp area.
Yeah, I think that Idaho is going to be a lot like maybe like Saskatchewan, flat-ish. I'll be honest, I've never been to Idaho, so I see it as they grow potatoes there. So I see it a lot like the agricultural piece where and geographical location would be a lot like Saskatchewan as well. Not so much Alberta where there is the Rockies, but obviously there's going to be gophers. Groundhogs, Richardson ground squirrels. It's more like it probably. Our groundhogs are fat and chunky,
Lots of
which
them.
is like me. But
so 22.
Yeah.
So your 8.6 blackout. Do you have many rounds through the 8.6? Because I heard about it fairly recently here. I haven't seen anyone chamber it out here yet, but I'm really intrigued by the idea. Like, have you shot with it? What can you do with 8.6 blackout?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys follow Kevin Brittenham from Q, but if you follow his social media, he has been doing a ton of hunting with it in Africa. So he's taking like even elephants and stuff with it. It's really all it is. It's a 338 projectile in a 308 chopped down case. It's basically like the 300 blackout of 308s, maybe, if that's the right way to say it.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I thought it was too, right?
So I don't know. Have you guys heard of Discrete Ballistics? He's one of the guys that helped pioneer the 8.6 blackout round. So what he explained to me is 8.6 blackout with a 1-in-3 twist does more damage than a 338 at 500 meters than a 338 going supersonic with the 8.6 going sub, because of the speed of the projectile spinning. He said the wound ballistics on it is kind of a whole new ball game now for ammo. I guess
a lot of people think with like regular rifle rounds, like, oh yeah, it's like a buzz saw, like it spins at like such and such a RPM, but if you got a 1-in-10 twist on, maybe it like turns around like once inside of a deer. But 1-in-3, well, that's different. Now that's talking about that is turning quite a bit.
Now they're designing special bullets, or not special, but they're designing bullets for that application. So there's also that as well. They're not just throwing anything in it.
Yeah, you need something that would open up, something that would have like some decent pedals that would like cut as it's going along, and that would open up wide. It's not going along that fast, but if it's turning at that speed, that's interesting. I didn't really think about that, but I guess 1-in-3 is like the tightest barrel. Otherwise, you'd be looking at would be like maybe a 1-in-7 for an AR or something like that. Would be pretty tight.
Guys are doing that 1-in-5 down here now.
Really?
Yep. And
with
even
what weight bullets are they running?
77 and up.
77 and up.
Yep.
Cool.
And then our 300 blackout is a 1-in-5. That traditionally started at between a 1-in-10 and 1-in-8.
But if you're going to run suppressed, then you can run the heavier stuff, and that's a good idea. Yeah.
So actually, the tax stamp here might go away on cans, where you could just be able to straight up buy them. Yeah, it's about to go before the. Don't roll your eyes. It's actually funny. I own more suppressors here than I owned guns in Canada.
Wow. That's a lot.
I would have a suppressor on like on most of my guns if I could, because
why not?
why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even with the $200 tax stamp, that's not like when that tax stamp was originally put in place, that was very cost prohibitive. But
Yep.
over the years, they just never changed the amount, and now it's
No.
like $200. Like, man, you know, it's a little
It's
little
not
bit of
much.
money.
A
But
lot of guys build that
not
into
the
the
end of the world.
price.
Hmm.
So even on an
Included,
SBR
eh?
here, the tax stamp on that is $200. So our short barrel bolt gun is basically going to retail for about $2,000, but the tax stamp will be included in that. So most guys aren't going to care.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guys on here is asking, what's the range out of that short barrel in terms of acceptable accuracy, that 10-inch?
On the which caliber?
We'll assume he's talking about the 8.6 blackout.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure yet. These literally just came off the machine. We haven't shot these yet.
8.6, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we
Coming
got
soon.
into these because we're doing some manufacturing for Aero Precision right now. So this block of barrels, actually, most of it was delivered to them for testing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that would make for a very great short range suppressed hunting rifle, maybe?
Yep.
If you're running on a 700?
I think so.
Mhm.
Yep. So the guys from Q, they're hunting up to 500 meters with their 8.6 blackout on their fix, and that's only a 12.5-inch barrel.
I would bet that laser rangefinders and dialing in would be like really important.
Yeah.
Because that round is not going very fast.
No.
No.
I'll
But I
email you
suppose
some
still
links
could.
from the guys that they've sent
Yeah.
us.
Cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I am this rifle up here is going to be a very short, like 26-inch OAL 300 blackout short range deer rifle for me. I'm just the barrel's in the mail right now, so I'm just waiting on that. But
what action are you putting that in?
It's a straight pull AR action. So it's non-restricted, and the overall length is 26 inches collapsed. So it's okay there. You can go shorter without a collapsing action, but I don't really see the point, and I'd rather have the ability to pull the stock out of that thing to make it shootable to use. Yeah.
Yep. There's a company here called Strasser that we've been talking to, that they've got a straight pull 700 action, which is kind of interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the straight pulls are cool. I think they're fast, but because they lack that primary extraction, that's one thing where like a bolt is a little bit nicer, because every once in a while you get a hard to extract one and you really got to ram at it to get the round out.
See if you can get your hands on the Beretta BXR1 that they just brought out. Their straight pull. We're doing a chassis for it right now, and it's probably it's my favorite gun right now.
When did they release it?
I think it came out in Europe last year, and then this year they had it at SHOT Show.
Maybe we'll have it in Canada in 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
It's a good question. I wanted to, okay. Again, going back to politics. Sorry. But I do have to ask. Do you think if there's a change in government, you guys would think about coming back at all, or are you done? Okay.
No. There's so many other things here that we like. Just the weather. I never, other than my wife watching Hallmark movies, I never have to see snow again if I don't want to at Christmas time, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You can always fly back just for a week at Christmas time, just to get the snow.
My partner does. He goes home for December, but I just, I like it here.
You don't even have to go back in Christmas. We had snow 2 days ago.
That's Alberta.
April or May.
It's different.
When we moved here, we didn't realize, in Canada you have like a month of heat, and it's you don't think much of it. So we moved into a large shop, and we didn't realize that nothing's air conditioned down here. So we're literally running a literal sweatshop right now. It's it was like 100 degrees today.
Yeah.
So it's.
But
Anyways,
you love it.
Because it's all dudes working there. It's just shirts are
Yeah.
optional once you hit April, and it is what it is.
Bunch of sweaty dudes making gun
It's
parts.
so
in
gross by the
workshop.
end of the day. It's disgusting.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks for
that's
that
hilarious.
picture, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't you want to go to Florida now, Kelly? Maybe make a stop somewhere in the summer,
Yeah.
Come
right
on,
around
guys.
noon, maybe 1 o'clock.
Maybe I'll visit in January.
Sudden unannounced visit.
No. So when's the next election up there?
Next year.
If it was tomorrow, it would be fine. But October 2025 is when they're actually.
They're just going to keep ramming stuff through then until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just going over a bit of news that they're trying to do the buyback next year. They're going to try to put it in next year's budget. But they've been saying that for 4 years. Who knows if they're really going to do it?
That's a hard one because a buyback would probably be very good right now for the firearms industry in Canada.
It'd probably be good for anyone who's sitting on a lot of inventory. Yeah, maybe that's the only part they'll deploy. Maybe they won't deploy a full buyback. Maybe they'll just deploy it for businesses, because they've been having a really hard time figuring out how to do the rest of it. Canada Post said they're not going to collect guns for them. The CFOs say they're not going to help. The police aren't going to help. Like no one's giving any help on this.
If they did it for the regular people, there'd be a ton of money flowing into the gun shops, I would think, with all that new money.
Maybe.
And then with the change of government, everybody gets an AR refresh.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they do the buyback soon enough, I guess I'll sell my AR upper and lowers.
Stimulus?
And it'll change over, and then I'll buy some new ones.
Go buy a new Noveski.
Aero Precision ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be nice because I can take all the parts from what I've got right now and make some really nice ones. Yeah.
Nice. I was actually going through your channel today, just watching some of the reviews you've done. It seems like there's a bunch of new companies that popped up making 180Bs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Raven, which I've got up over here, that's direct impingement, unlike the 180s. So you can use your AR barrel on that thing.
Does it run softer?
It doesn't. It's not that it runs softer. It's that the 180s all ran with a carbine length gas port on them, so you couldn't use any old AR barrel. They had to be basically special made for it as in one, because no one makes an 18.5-inch barrel with a carbine gas port on it. That's silly. So you have to buy like specific barrels just for the 180s, and they were breaking pistons because that's just the design is bad. So they just break pistons. I broke mine on my WSMCR just recently here.
Yeah,
that one doesn't have a piston, no piston to break.
That's
So
nice.
That's the advantage there. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if everyone had to sell their ARs, maybe they'd buy that kind of thing, or some of the other stuff out there. But maybe a CZ Bren 2, because the Bren 2s we can get up here, and those are non-restricted.
Have you shot that?
Depending on. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
It's very plasticky, like the upper and lower. Like it's all plastic all the time, all over that thing. But the gun itself is very good. Nice trigger on it. It's a CZ, so of course the trigger's very good on it, and it doesn't break parts like a lot of our Canadian-made rifles are seeming to do right now. So that's another good part of it.
Yeah, I've been in that position. I know how those guys feel. It's tough because they're kind of stuck in a small to medium-sized market. A lot of those guys probably are burning through their personal savings to get their business running, and they have families to feed.
Yeah.
If they're not selling.
Yeah.
And I doubt there's probably a lot of experience in Canada right now with getting a rifle program properly tested and up and running without going bankrupt. I mean, look at SIG. Those guys are like the kings of beta testing on their customer base. So I feel bad for the guys. It'd be tough.
Yeah, but they've been doing a decent job of producing like accessories, that kind of thing that we can use up here. But yeah, I want my AR-15 back.
Yeah.
I'd rather be shooting that
Let's
at the
just be
range
real.
than
Yes.
a lot
Mhm.
of these other ones. The
Yeah.
other stuff, it's okay. If all it was for like a non-restricted coyote gun, sure, yeah, I'd get like a 180
Yep.
for that. They're great for that. But like for a high volume competition shooter, they're not as ideal as
Yep.
like an AR where I can replace the barrel, I can replace all the components. Oh, the barrel, I shot out a barrel. Okay, just throw another one on there, no problem. Easy to do.
Yep. Or the ATRS. What was there? The Modern Sporter?
Yeah.
That one's kind of in a gray area right now. So the government hasn't named it as prohibited, so it's not prohibited. But the FRT just changed; they changed their mind on it. It was non-restricted, not an AR variant in the FRT,
Yep.
and then they changed it. No, it's an AR variant now, so and it's prohibited.
And
So
they
it's a gray
also,
area. That's their opinion. The FRT is not
Yeah.
law; it's just opinion. And the RCMP's opinion is prohibited. So some people are still using them, but in the FRT, it's prohibited. So is this thing? It's gray zone right now.
Yeah, I saw that with the pistol brace laws here. People just put regular stocks back on and rolled around. The governor
Yeah.
of Florida basically said we won't enforce this, and
Yeah.
guys didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that's squared away now, right? The pistol brace thing?
Yeah, it got overturned.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
was really silly, that ban. Yeah. Huh.
we started.
What other kind of products do you make? So you showed us a couple of barrels there. What other kind of things are you guys up to right now? More chassis?
So we just finished a patent for a vacuum cooled carbon fiber barrel, but that's more a military application.
That's cool.
So concept is that the barrel will stay cool enough that the carbon fiber won't sag. In theory, as we get testing, we think that the barrel will stay stiffer than a steel barrel at half the weight. Do you basically melt the lands and grooves out of it before the barrel blows up?
Huh.
Yeah.
So you said that you're
Interesting.
just developing that. Is
Yep.
it in production, or have you tried it? Or
Prototypes are being
Prototypes
worked
are
on
out.
now. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
That's
but
actually kind of cool.
we're pretty busy with doing like OEM work right now. Like we do a run of chassis for Volquartsen regularly. We're developing a chassis system for their Magnum guns, and
Okay.
we just if you check out our website, we've got our own version of the Summit that we've done in
Yeah.
collaboration with Volquartsen as well, where they remachined their receiver to take our threaded barrel system. They're really good guys. They've been fun to collaborate with. So, and then
I tried a couple of different guns from Volquartsen. I tried their semi-automatic centerfire rifle that they were offering for a little bit. Oh, what was it called? Volquartsen Evolution.
Is it their
some weird
takedown?
thing. No, it wasn't a takedown. It was a center fire. I'd have to find it.
It's gotta be. Yeah, well, you guys been talking. I've been going through and looking at
Evolution.
it. Is the Evolution?
The Evolution. Yeah, the Volquartsen Evolution. It was a center fire short stroke gas piston rifle. My reviews from 2017 on that thing. I don't think they make them anymore though. That was like a short term like experiment. It was a cool gun though. Smooth.
Their Mamba
cycling.
pistol's really cool.
Yeah, I saw a guy running one of those at a steel challenge, and it looked like
the mini Mamba.
The gamer. What's that?
The mini Mamba is like is my next acquisition.
Yeah, they look pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it seems like you guys are selling a couple of Volquartsen things on your website as well, and you got complete rifles. Still a lot of 1022 stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So we're actually in the process of moving to a process called forged carbon fiber. So in the next 6 months, our stocks and forends will be moving over to carbon fiber away from aluminum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've just found that with the carbon fiber, if it's done properly, it can actually be laid and injected in a way that it's twice as strong as 6061 aluminum. So it'll open up some new things for us, especially for chassis bodies, which will be
cool.
fun. Yeah. So
yeah, I've been watching some YouTube videos on forged carbon and that process, and it looks pretty exciting. You make some pretty strong parts that are very lightweight.
Yeah. It's been fun and interesting. If your resin isn't mixed right, it can catch fire. We found that was That was fun. We like the whole office just went to fumes. We're like, I think we're all about to get cancer from what's happening here.
Or pass out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's
So,
dying.
yeah, get that formula, especially if you're all naked. Done right for EMS when they show up. But that's actually really cool and exciting stuff. Your rifle, I'm still shooting your rifle, and I still actually loan it out to everybody. And
Thank you.
it's shooting.
Steve reminded me today that we dropped the ball horribly on you, and we still owe you a chassis. So that'll be sorted out this week.
So, but that being said,
he's like, you're a deadbeat.
It's still shooting as good as the day I got it.
Good.
So you make some quality parts. So
thank you.
Wanted to say
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Love it. This guy still goes out to maple seeds for the kids to shoot. I've got it on like a super short
That's
stock.
original. That's the V block before we went to the fusion system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the first gen of your RDR, the red dot ready top there. But it's so short. The other thing I use this for is grouse, because it's just so small, and it's because I've got some QD sling swivels on here, I can just like pop it on, and there's like no weight to it, and the red dot makes for a nice quick shot on grouse.
You need a can on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I do need the can.
So we have a comment from somebody who said Fusion was a huge step over the Gen 1, both the barrels and both barrels are super accurate. So
it's
the V block.
We hope it shows. It's been a labor of love. Like, we really, really love what we're doing. And Yep. So.
Well, I'm really happy that you're continuing. You're sounds like you're being quite successful down in the US. Enjoying it. I'm sad that you did go down to the US, because we enjoyed you up here in Canada and the support that you gave the shooting community, but you're continuing that down in the US. So thanks for doing that.
Our goal now is we've got a distributor for Canada. We've started sending shipments up. I think Calgary's Shooting Center will be the first stocking dealer with these guys.
Perfect.
So they have a batch actually of our Remington 700s inbound.
Okay.
Ooh.
And there's some very large import licenses being put in place right now. So I would say by the end of the summer, everything that's offered in the US will be available in Canada.
Perfect.
So, and we've given the Canadian importer preferred pricing so that they can be as competitive with the exchange rate as possible, because
it's horrible. I know, right?
It's so weird, the cost of living down here. Like, gas is like, I think $3.20 a gallon. It's groceries is cheap. The healthcare down here is way better.
That was always our sticking point. We got free healthcare in Canada.
Oh, it's garbage. It's free, but
don't try to use it. go to the emergency and wait for 6 hours.
Exactly.
Because there's a bunch of crackheads in front of you that have OD'd and all this other kind of stuff. But we have MAID. that's your option. We don't have very good health care, but if you want the government to kill you, we got that option, I guess.
Well, it's because we can't freaking afford to live. So.
And you make more down there too, right? Like you make more in the US. Cost of living's lower.
Do you know what the sales tax rate is here?
No, and I don't want to know.
Zero.
Provincial tax is probably a little bit lower too.
I know it. Yeah, there's only a there's only a federal tax, income tax, and it's cleaner. Like with HST and stuff, the input tax. So if you're a manufacturer in Canada, you're paying HST when you buy your materials, then you're passing that off through your supply chain.
Yeah.
And it just keeps stacking and stacking. And then at the end of the year, you have to do all your input taxes, and hopefully you're getting money back. Here's a manufacturer. We don't pay any sales tax on anything, state or federal. You only pay tax when you sell to the end user. It's just so much cleaner.
Yeah. And the government isn't taxing you to death.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. The county over was just on the news for telling people to make sure they properly shoot home intruders, which is nice. There was an incident where somebody shot at somebody and didn't hit them properly. So the guy got on the news and said, "You're not in trouble, but just come to the station and we'll teach you how to shoot properly." So
Oh my God. Cowboys.
it's funny though, because it's not like that. If you look at take Miami for instance, right? You think that's a wild city. They had to go back to the 1950s to find a time when their violent crime per capita was lower than it is right now. And it's just a simple matter of having a government that's willing to enforce the laws and police properly.
Oh, imagine that.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not doing that in Canada. It's pure catch and release on most crimes here.
Yep.
Especially compared to the US. Especially compared to it's crazy looking at like, this person stabbed this person and killed them. And with time served, they got 1 more year left. And then that's it.
Oh.
That's like super common out here. And that would not fly in the States. They'd be in jail for a while.
No, there's
Anywho.
no tolerance.
Yeah. Sounds like the land of milk and honey. And I think if I was younger, I'd make the move. I'll encourage my kids to move. Maybe if they move, I'll move. Get like a parent thing going on.
Join me. Join me. Honestly, the visa process is so easy. It's not hard. Like I say, from the time we the longest part was putting the paperwork together with our immigration lawyer. Once she filed it, we had our approval in 3 days.
Wow.
And then it's a matter of trying to get the appointment to go to the embassy for your interview. And the interview is not really an interview. You go to like a DMV type building where there's like 5 kiosks. The first one you go in, hand over your paperwork. You don't get an interview until the end. And the guy only asks you, do you understand that this visa isn't an access, it's not a guaranteed green card. And when the visa is done, you have to go back. But the visa auto renews. So as long as the company's going in, you're making money, you can stay as long as you want.
Yeah.
And that's the interview.
Done.
It was pretty easy then. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. It's like 10 grand.
It makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. And a little bit easier if you actually so anybody who's interested in checking out Grey Birch Solutions, do you want to tell them
where can people find your stuff?
You?
www.gbmfg.co.
Okay. And if they're interested in employment and they're from Canada, who do they contact?
Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, Jeff, thanks for coming on. Yeah. Thanks for making us all jealous of your success story moving down to the States.
I wouldn't use the success story just yet, but it's going well.
It's going well. Yeah.
We haven't gone bankrupt yet.
Milk and honey.
Well,
good to know.
That's good. Yeah.
Meeting goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on and giving us an update on Grey Birch.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Thanks,
Jeff. Bye, Jeff.
Bye. Say hi to Steve for me. Yeah. So if anybody's interested in going and working for them, they can, go work in Florida and cost of living.
They're probably stealing all kinds of workers from, like, I don't know, Disney.
Don't say it. Don't say
it. Okay. Let's move on to listener feedback.
Okay.
We've been more or less covering the comments on the side there. Yeah.
Yep.
Rifle gas would make the piston very long, which doesn't help. Yeah, a long piston on those 180s would make it too whippy and would make them stress and break. Yeah, you got it exactly right, Tony. Speaking of Tony, let's get into emails. This one's from Tony. Good evening, Slamfire Radio. The second IPSC style rifle match at the BTSA was a great success. This time, we even have trophies to award the competitors. Tristan of SBI won the semi-auto rifle division. Check out the good stuff at SBI. And I think he had some video of it up too.
Okay.
I think Adriel had a chance of taking the match, but I know he was doing a service to the shooting community by hosting a Maple Seed. Unsurprisingly, the PCC national champ won the PCC division. That was Taylor. Not only did he win, he won.
He handily won it.
Yeah.
How much?
And there was some heat there. There was some heat.
I was just gonna say, was there how many people were in the BPC division.
No, there was 80 people at this match. It was not a small match.
Cool.
That's all, and there were not that many divisions either. There was like PCC, semi-auto, and I think Tony got first in one of the divisions.
Really? Well, good for him.
He was the only one in the division, but we got first anyways.
Hey, my last
You got
IPSC
first.
match, I also got first in my division. I was the only one that just shot it, but that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. Yeah,
that is correct. Okay.
I just wanted to see. Yeah, I want to say that. Yeah, Taylor was very, very much in the lead there. But unfortunately, the manual lone wolf, yours truly, didn't get nothing as he was placed first and last place in his division. Trophy had issued to division with 10 or more competitors. Just like last year, all the manual competitors fear his name and hide away. They all no-showed. It was a fun match, and we saw quite a few interesting rifles on the line. An M1 carbine, a stock SKS, and of course, a pump action AR.
Okay.
Bring what you've got. We'll see you at the BTSA next time. Our next match will be October 20th, and the registration will open on August 20th at 7:30. That could be a new tradition for the BTSA as a match opener. A match as a season opener and another as a season closer. Meanwhile, I need to figure out the written portion of the Black Badge course. Maybe we'll do a show about it. Good night. Best regards from Tony in Calgary. October 20th. I don't think I have anything going on. I wonder if I can camp in, like, that's a loaded question. Can you camp in at BTSA on October 20th that weekend?
It's gonna be chilly.
Maybe unbearably chilly.
It's in the mountains.
But yeah, it varies on temperature. October 20th.
I'm thinking it's gonna be chilly.
I don't mind that. It's just I'm trying to figure out whether I can camp or not. Whether like camping is going to be
no, that's
livable.
what I mean.
Tony says drag your tent trailer here anyways. That's what I'm thinking. I drag my tent trailer out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't go to this one because I had this maple seed and I was supposed to meet a guy and get the 300 blackout barrel, and my Raven wasn't ready and I'd have to run my MCR and I haven't tested it yet.
That's just all excuses.
Too many things. They are all excuses. Yeah, that's 100% correct, Kelly. I don't know if any of them are valid or not, but those are all my excuses.
Wow.
October 20th sounds fun. That does sound fun. So I'll try to make it out for that one because that sounds like a good time, and kind of want to shoot with some of those guys down in Calgary and see them because I know of them. Like Dave shot that match, and Taylor and Tristan, and I know that Chris I think was down there. A bunch of the guys that I know went down. So it wouldn't be too hard to, I wonder if someone will take a camper down and I can just bum a ride. I'm going to see who's going down next time, and then I'll go with.
That's a good idea. Even better.
Yeah, look good. I've been watching the match footage, living vicariously through it. And I see a bunch of, I see Chaz guys like running timers and and ROing and shooting and all over the place there. So it's something that I would like to do. It'd be a good time.
I have to ask
before
we move on to YouTube comments. Do you have a squad that you're shooting with this weekend for 3-gun?
I don't know. Wow.
No, you're just gonna. Oh, okay.
I'm ROing, so I don't get to pick a squad. I just have to
okay.
RO whatever squad I'm in.
No, it's just interested if you're gonna have some really interesting names for your squad this time.
Oh, the team match. Oh, I didn't enter my name correctly in that one, and so I think they get put. I think the team name is going to be randomly chosen by Jennifer. So I have no idea what my team name is. I hope she picks something super offensive. That's all.
Just send her some ideas.
Maybe I'll have to send her some ideas. But I was actually kind of thinking about this when I was at the Maple Seed. I believe I've made the decision just to not be that competitive. Like I can't be that competitive and do PAL courses and do Maple Seeds
and everything.
Have kids. So I will compete where I can, but I'm not going to be like the most competitive guy out there that's competing because I can't be. You can't do that and all these other things.
No,
it's not possible.
You can't. But Go and have
It's
fun.
not possible. There's not enough weekends. Not enough weekend. That's really what I'm doing with 3Ken is I'm not trying to be the best in Canada. I'm trying to just have fun at it.
Yeah.
Still do as well as I can, but
Yeah.
still have fun. Yeah. And I put some limitations on myself as well. Like I don't shoot magazines that you can't buy retail. So I try to shoot with like equipment that everyone can get. And I try to shoot with stuff that gets less questions on my YouTube videos if I happen to put up a video, because I hate putting up videos and then having people ask questions about, why are you shooting that many rounds through that gun like, every freaking time. So, for example, I don't run like Beowulf mags or anything like that. But other people can. That's their prerogative.
Yeah.
YouTube comments.
Okay.
To find where my natural grip is on a pistol, I grip it in the lowered position and close my eyes. Then I raise the pistol like I'm going to shoot and open my eyes. I look for how the front sight lines up vertically within the rear notch. Cool. That's from Eddie. From Tony, I really need to show Adriel next time. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but the Shadow 2 grip really doesn't fit my hand. It's entirely possible. Also, Tony, I really like to test drive a gun under some stress. Steel Challenge is great for that. With short and repeatable stages, the targets and timers don't lie. With the Red Dot APX, my tendency is to draw and aim high. I find it less of an issue with the P80. It's funny, I just double checked. I shoot both my pistols and pistol grip rifles with the thumbs up rather than thumbs around. Thumbs up. Oh, maybe thumbs up like higher up instead of like flat.
Instead of around or flat.
Well, or like high up, like maybe on the safety or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which way the thumbs up is. Because on some guns, like some people might shoot with like thumb on the same side, or maybe like thumb high, or maybe thumb forward. I don't really think about my thumb too much, I guess, but I guess it'd be resting right about there. Tony says IPSC rifle Taylor rules 10 round mags max. Yeah, I like that. It that just makes it more equitable because everyone can buy those mags, and it doesn't give the new guys a disadvantage right off the hop.
So Tony's also indicating, he says wrap around side but high up.
Okay. Yeah. Here's hoping that a new government comes in and surpluses the high powers. It would be nice to have a piece of history to own legally, support the armed forces with that money too. I doubt that would happen even with the conservative government. They'd scrap them.
Nope.
They don't care about money. Yeah, just $10 million, $15 million, just throw them in the garbage. Jesus' gun, only one option, of course. The Chiappa Holy Trinity, see Forgotten Weapons Halloween shotgun match. Yeah, that 3-barrel thing. All right, that is definitely more on point than mine. Instagram, I haven't seen anything on this. Do we post anything on Instagram these days?
No,
I haven't.
We haven't.
I didn't even know that we had an
lately.
Instagram. We have an Instagram.
We do.
If I have an Instagram.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while since. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We should probably get on that. I thought we had somebody who was actually going to.
I'm doing Discord.
Nope.
I'm doing Discord.
It wasn't you. It's somebody else who's currently encouraging and
name starts with K and ends with Isle.
Totally under the bus. I'll go back. I'll make an effort. Yeah. Maybe.
What people bought from our Cabela's link. Hey, they got me us reinstated, so I can get that back in place. I'll put that. I told you the story, right?
No, but is it able to be on?
Yeah, the Cabela's didn't say anything. It was the affiliate network. The affiliate network was like, wait a minute, these guys are marketing guns. Banned.
Serious? It's Cabela's.
No, they banned us, not Cabela's.
No, that.
And then I'm like, hey, Cabela's, what's going on? They're like, I don't know, we'll find out. And they're like, oh, they banned you because you guys do guns. We got them to reinstate you. You're supposed to have like
thank you, Cabela's.
What you call it? A buy? What do you call that? A pass, I guess.
Pass, buy, whatever.
Yeah, we have a pass because of course we market guns. That's what Cabela's sells. Yeah,
that's what it was. It's Cabela's. It'd be hard to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exemption, even.
Whatevs. Is Brownell still on?
Anywho, what's that?
Is Brownells on there
Brownells
too?
never left. That's a Avant Link, and they don't give a crap. They have lots of
Okay.
gun companies on
I
that
just want to
network.
make sure, just because if they're talking about banning us because we market guns. Go to
Yeah.
Brownells or go to Cabela's. Click on the link.
Cabela's is good. We
Support
don't have
us.
the Cabela's link yet. It just got
Oh.
reinstated recently here.
Okay.
Anywho's, thanks
Adriel
to
will
our
do it.
supporters on Patreon and Player. Yeah, I'll put the link up shortly. The Brownells one is still there. It still works. If you'd
Okay.
like to send the show an email, send it to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shout outs, Kelly.
Yeah, I didn't do it last week, and I should have. I also know that I was not here for the shoutouts last week because I was not feeling well and I bailed early. I was so proud of myself though that I didn't stop the whole entire
Didn't end the show. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, I just wanted to again shout out to Project Appleseed, who did a pretty kick-ass 2-day event down in the US, and thank you very much for allowing us Canadians to go back down. Shout out to all of the Canadians for representing Canada very well and all qualifying for rifleman. Shout out to Brian Bolivar on getting his Distinguished Gentleman. Don't ask about how he qualified as well, he qualified because he shot over to 40, but Distinguished Gentleman for Brian Bolivar. Usually not in the same sentence. And then also to Stacey Wilson and Stacey Wilson and Bill Wilson. I don't know why I'm saying Brian. Stacey Wilson, Bill Wilson for hosting us. Also for allowing us to go shoot some really, really cool guns on the Friday. It was fun times.
Cool. My shout outs to my other Maple Seed instructors and shoot bosses and whatnot. Great events. Very easy to do when you've got so many people who have done so many events. Like 3 shoot bosses, instructor, 2 guys who are going to become instructor very soon, and very experienced instructors we had there. It was very easy. Well, you've probably seen this when you instruct with other people who've done lots of instruction. You're just like, oh, I should probably grab those targets. Oh,
they're already done.
They're being handed out. Oh, fantastic. Oh, and I should probably do. Oh, that's already being done too.
Yeah.
Things just start happening, and you're like, I have to think about these things, but I don't really have to think about them because other people have my back the whole time.
It's really cool when you don't have to actually, navigate or
run the whole
instruct
thing
or teach or run the whole thing, and to be able to step back and watch everyone just take over. It's really fantastic, and it's really good to see. That is one of the things that I had a hard time with last. I'll be honest, went down to the Appleseed and I'm going, I'm just here to shoot. I'm just here to shoot. Stop it. I'm just here to shoot.
The intrusive thoughts are coming in.
Yeah.
Stop them.
Yeah. I did want to say,
have to stop yourself from chorusing. Fire!
I
ceasefire.
I did it. I just did it. And it excuse me. And it was really cool to be able to clear the red coat target, which is it's the US version of our Mad Minute target, and just clear it and shoot out Morgan Shingle as
well. Did you do that in the morning or the afternoon? Did they do it
we did 4 of them. Well, I did 3 because I left early. So they do them in the morning first thing, and then I had a gun
day one.
Yeah. So day one, you do one in the morning, and
day one they knew that they had a ringer on their hands when you rolled in there and just, excuse me, while I clear your first target.
No,
there was actually any of these ones.
I think they had. I don't know. I think they had 7 or 8, maybe. I don't know. At the end of Sunday, I wasn't there, so maybe 8 riflemen. They had one kid, and I was saying kid because he's legit a kid. But he'd been attending Appleseed since he was 9 years old, and he finally scored rifleman, and he'd been going every weekend to the range. And his father also scored rifleman, but his father wouldn't take his hat. He wouldn't until his son was able to actually score rifleman. So the son scored rifleman. He beat his father as well in the scores. So it was awesome. His mom was there. She was on the line shooting too. And it was a great weekend for them. I took him aside and I gave him some stuff from Canada. I just said, I'm really super impressed with your shooting this weekend. And I wanted to give you all this stuff from you from Canada. So
Canada.
He thought it was really cool.
We had an uncle's son and a father's son combo Saturday, Sunday at Sherwood Park, and it was cool to see. Cool to see the young people out there.
Yeah.
Anywho's, before we get to reminiscent, why don't we sign off? Join our Discord server, watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Player, turn the CCFR. I'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye, everyone.